195,000 years ago, the first modern man, Omo-kibish, have trodden through the lands of Surma, here in the southwest of Ethiopia. That makes the present-day inhabitants of this area the Suri's ancestors to all humans. With just a population of 35,000, the Suris lived, hidden from the rest of the world by whom hardly known, only exploring the secrets of Donga, a stick-fighting combat for themselves. We Suris coexisted with Tumo, our creator in tranquility for eons. In one fateful morning, gates of the heaven opened at once, and Tumo let us descend to the banks of Kibsh River and its vast, lush green fields. From there on, we created families and multiplied under the grace of Tumo until the day of separation. A Suri woman grinding sorghum with an obsidian chopper accidentally cut down the one rope that spread all the way from heaven. Suddenly, the gates of heaven were slammed shut. From that day on, we have never seen or enjoyed a refugee under the protection of Tumo, our god. He has abandoned us, they say when they speak on how they came to live here in Surmaland. Apart from the cattle, which the Suris consider as an extension of themselves, possessions doesn't interest them. They don't accumulate wealth with an exception to their cattle. They live in makeshift huts. The climatic challenges, the scramble with neighboring tribes for grazing lands which can be deadly, makes the life of a Suri quite difficult. Their immense strength and resilience are possibly indebted to these life realities. Women in Suri take the majority of responsibilities, both in household tasks like feeding, raising children, and also the on-field responsibilities of cultivations and farming. Teens and those past adolescents gladly take on herding the cattle. The men warriors also like to keep an eye on their cattle, but they save their energy for combating an enemy, be it at Donga duels or on the battlefields. To the Suris, cattle aren't just a yardstick to one's economic mainstay, but far more important than that. They sustain life with the blood and milk they abundantly nourish every Suri family. Most importantly, the cattle feed every warrior whose existence is eternally fueled by the passion each holds for Donga. For Suris, Donga is more than a mere combat duel. It carries such a great moral and spiritual significance in every warrior's life. From very young age, Suri boys only think of Donga. They aspire to be one among the reputable Donga heroes. Being a great Donga warrior brings winners to a higher status and earns respect for the young fighters. Moreover, great Donga fighters can easily win the hearts of beautiful young girls. But to be a top Donga warrior, young boys must practice and prepare for many years. It takes a lot of courage, discipline, and wit to become a formidable fighter. Donga circles are usually chosen by the elders and witch doctors. Mostly these are circular clearings in the midst of forest or bushes. Young girls, women, and the elderly are the first to arrive in these Donga arenas to see when teams of each village or Baran fighters passionately march towards the fighting ground. Donga warriors make a spectacular entry. Each team carries its own improvised flag. The leader of each team shows his physique, dancing skills, and highlights of his Donga moves accompanied by the songs of his compatriots. The Donga fighting stick is a 2-meter-long slender pole, carefully cut, polished, and carved with a phallic tip. Once warriors enter the circle, they size and measure each other up in search of a worthy combatant. When they do find and choose a challenger, the fascinating Donga begins. At Donga, every fighter expects to be branded with a fresh wound. Scars of Donga fights are testaments to every Suri's courage and determination. Every Suri must fight to win a Donga duel. He must fight to protect his family and cattle from the enemy's raid. He must fight the climate challenges and waves of diseases that kills both men and beast. That's why Donga exemplifies Suri's life.